here. Hi.
Hey, sorry if I look like a creep with my gloves on.
You look awesome with your gloves. I got two helpers today. I've got Lindsay and Tyler, and here's Tyler. And obviously everyone here. So make yourself at home, guys. And then, you know what? I after you finish signing, I think we'll probably, when it gets started. Awesome. And if you can't sign now, you can sign on the way out. I'm just gonna wait and make sure.
I'm gonna take a look.
Okay. Should I wait a minute or should?
Evan's just gonna log on to help if anybody else wants to know.
Awesome, awesome.
And monitor the chat if there are questions that come in that way. So give us about 30 seconds. Thank you guys for your patience.
All right. Well, while we're waiting, as always, with any recipe, what do I need to do?
Wash your hands.
And Tyler and Lindsay both did that, and they both did the extra precaution of gloves,
Just in case.
just in case, because we are going to be kind of, there are some handling of food options today. So we've got that going on, and I'm super excited. So happy Valentine's Day week, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know, I try to say this every time, but if I haven't shared it recently, I just appreciate all of you and I love that you come to this class, and I'm grateful for our community, and this is the time of year to always share how you're feeling. So never let a moment pass by. I'm incredibly grateful because you've got Ben visiting, who is a beloved staff member of Main Street. He's not working with us anymore, but as we always say, you're never, once you're a member of Main Street, you are always a member of Main Street. You never leave. So he's here and we're super stoked. And so let me see what I call this one. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but I really like alliteration. You know, anyone know what alliteration is? It is when you use the same letter at the beginning of words.
Okay,
I like that. So I try and name my recipes. This time I didn't hit the mark, but I called it delicious chocolate pudding and homemade whipped cream. And the funny story about this is that my kids, for their whole lives, I've always, every time I make them something, I always start off, try this delicious, whatever. And so it's kind of a running joke in my family that I always start everything with delicious. I'm not going to say, try this terrible something or other. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I'm really trying to up my game on fun facts. And I think I've mentioned this in the past, but I did look it up. And maple syrup is high in antioxidants, which obviously helps your immune system. And every spoonful offers nutrients like riboflavin, zinc, magnesium, calcium, and potassium. So I thought that was a fun fact. I've been really trying to use this instead of sugar in a lot of my recipes. And
Let me see this. Okay,
so it's kind of a fun fact. Yes.
And it's good for, French toast.
And it's really good for French toast and waffles and so many other things too. So good point. It's very versatile. But today we're making chocolate pudding. Are we good?
Yeah.
So we are going to start off. Here's another thing I'm sure you've noticed over time. I can't have dairy. And everyone should not suffer through not having dairy. But it just so happened that when I made this pudding for the first time to test it out, I used coconut milk and I thought it was so delicious. So I'm making it again with coconut milk. So we're gonna leave this right here. I'm gonna give you the job and let you know when I need the help. And I love that you're so eager and on the ready. So thank you for being so incredible. And obviously Lindsay too. Okay, so another little tip I'm gonna give you today. I don't know if you know this, but anytime you have a can, before you open it, you should wash it off. Yes.
What?
Yes, because you don't know where this has been, and you don't know, and then the second you open it and it touches the food,
Yes.
or the food, it can contaminate it. So you always want to give it a little, you don't have to go crazy.
I didn't realize that. Now I
Well,
do.
that's why we're learning fun facts in Every Bake with Sharon. And so the other thing that I'll share is that I also rinse any fruit or vegetable, like an avocado or a lemon.
Yes.
Always wash that before. And sometimes if I'm really have the time and I'm not lazy, I'll scrub it a little because you just never know. And it just keeps you a little bit healthier. So it's always a good time of year in the winter to do that. So this can is super convenient. Oh, wait, what did I do here? Oh, they're both cream, huh? The recipe calls for coconut milk. This will be even more delicious and rich because I'm using coconut cream. The recipe calls for 2 cups. And we're going to get that started on the stove. And this is just shy of that, but we're gonna use it anyway. So I'm gonna put my front burner on and I'm gonna put it on low. And I'm gonna let you, Linz, why don't you open it? And if you need this to scrape out, we'll pour it in there. Tyler, then, oh, and I shook it before, I opened it,
Why
so.
do you shake it?
Because especially coconut milk and coconut cream, it separates the fat, rises to the top and it can become like solidified.
Yeah.
And so you shake it in order to get it moving, but it's okay. Here's another fun fact. I could not find, I went to 2 stores to get cocoa powder, which is a pretty common ingredient. I literally could not find them.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me see. I have,
It's
it's
really
all
stuck.
so hard. Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you.
You're so,
Sorry about that.
this is, no, don't be sorry, but
And then there's
you
like,
gotta be careful. This is very sharp.
Yeah.
FYI. Okay. So I could not find cocoa powder. So you can go right ahead and scrape that right in there. Tyler, I'm gonna give you this next job. When in doubt, sub it out. So I don't have cocoa powder, but I have chocolate and chocolate is delicious. So
cocoa and
it will
it's the
work.
Same thing.
I know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna melt it
Ah,
first. So I'm gonna have you put it in the microwave. So you're gonna measure, this calls for a 1/4 cup. And we're gonna do it equal. Sometimes when you sub an ingredient, you need to check and see if you need to do it a little variation. You might not need as much of one, thing as another. A little bit more. We're gonna be a little generous here. So when, yes, please, all of it. And so just so you know, you can't ever obviously put metal or silver in a microwave. So, or this plastic would probably melt too. So we're gonna take all those. It could explode.
Yeah, not true.
Like, some types of pasta that you can put in the microwave though.
There are. Thank you for clarifying
Yeah,
that. You're
there are.
totally right. So Tyler, I'm gonna just check, because sometimes they have, well, this one doesn't. So we're just gonna do it in 30-second increments. So you're gonna push start 30 seconds, right there. We're gonna let it come out. And you never want to overheat your chocolate, it will seize up. So you just have to be super patient and doing small increments to see. So if it doesn't look melted, we'll
Yeah.
melt it again. I'm gonna give you a spatula. Sorry to leave here. Well, let me see. I'm gonna give you a spatula. I think that might be better. We have slim pickings here with our,
Excuse me, I have a question.
yes.
So like, how do you know like, what type of plastic is unsafe to put in the microwave and what type is safe?
It's an excellent question. On the bottom of every plastic container, it should have a little number with some arrows around it. I don't remember offhand the
But
numbers that are
I
safe.
learned something new.
Tell us.
With the air fryers, you can't put like the Tupperware in some of the air fryers.
That is correct. Yes. And when in doubt, take it out.
Yeah.
Don't do that. So that's really good that you figured that out. So the next step of what we're doing, did I take it out? Actually, you know what? I put it in the fridge. I'm gonna just grab, you all know that I love to reuse my jars.
Yeah.
So I reused this jar, I cleaned it out, and I have a 1/2 cup of coconut milk in here. And that's gonna be the extra. How's our chocolate looking?
Good.
And how's our this looking?
I just poured it all in.
Oh, great. Oh, perfect. Why don't you stir? I'll take this. Perfect. Yeah, that's okay. Great. I can't recycle that because it's got all the food in it and it was stuck on there.
Yeah, it was.
So the next thing,
You know, you could have washed the food out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I know, it was caked. When I looked at the bottom, it was all stuck in there. You're right. I could, you know what, we could try. Yeah, I could make the effort because it's always important.
And that's
Now
what
you know
I
what
do.
you're-
I
So
thank
what
you
happens
for
is,
that
like, you-
suggestion. I
And now
I
you
love
gotta
that you're
wash your
holding me
hands.
accountable, so thank you. Yeah,
Sharon,
that is perfect, perfect.
Sharon,
Yeah.
wash your hands.
Yes, thank you again. Okay, everybody, you guys are keeping me on my toes today.
Because you touched the
Yes.
Yes, I did. Thank you for pointing that out. And I don't know what I would do without you guys, honestly, because you definitely, okay, so Tyler, we're gonna leave that for a second. We'll close the microwave. This is an important step. Does anyone know the kinds of things that cornstarch can be good for? Bread to use? It
Yeah.
could maybe be good for bread. I'm not like an expert, but it's a thickener. And so if you're making gravies or puddings or things that require something to be
cornbread.
thickened. Or cornbread, yes, you're right. I don't know if it's in there, but it could be. In this case, yes, Ben, Evan.
Chloe would like to ask all.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. Sorry about that. I forgot that we're here too.
Starting to boil.
Okay, let's lower the heat a little bit. So when you are baking and cooking sometimes for sauces and gravies and things like that, you make something called a roux.
Yeah.
So you put like flour and butter together.
Yeah,
and
butter on cream.
Exactly. And in this case, we're gonna put cornstarch in our coconut milk as a thickener, and then we're gonna pour this to that. So Tyler,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and scrape that chocolate in, and Lindsay, maybe you hold that so it doesn't shake. We're gonna put the melted chocolate in the pot. And for everyone here, this would have been cocoa powder if I had it, but instead we're using real chocolate, which I think will make it even more delicious. And then the other thing we need to put in there, oh, I forgot my favorite trick. Evan, would you mind going in the back in the cabinet and getting me the nonstick cooking spray? Because anytime I use any thick, you know, like a maple syrup or honey, I spray the thing first to pour it in. Okay, so we're gonna add our 3 tables. Exactly, and that's the whole reason we do it. So I've got 3 tablespoons of cornstarch that I need to add to my little jar here. And look how fitting that I have my heart shaped, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm gonna just get this going. How are we doing, guys? Thank you very much. Okay, I've got one more thing to add. So Tyler or Lindsay, one of you can do this.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, why don't you? Yeah, you keep stirring. So Faith, why don't you,
I'm gonna change my spot.
hold on, I need to see for a second. I need 1/3 of a cup and I don't have that. Let me see. Okay, Faith, why don't you spray this? And Tyler, how comfortable are you with measuring? Remember, why don't you do that over the sink?
Yeah.
Okay. My other tip, as you know, I have to talk out loud to myself because I forget where I am. So luckily I looked down and I only have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in here, but I need 3. So I'm gonna keep going. So now I'm at 2. 1 more, thank you, John. And 3. And I am going to, now I should have done this at home, but when I get home, what did I do with my little thingy? Yeah, oh, here it is. I'm gonna put this in a jar and put the date on it, because it's annoying to have it in this, it's probably not gonna be as fresh.
Yeah.
Thank you, okay.
Is that enough?
Yeah, we don't want to fill it, it was just to
Okay.
clear it up. And then Tyler, I'm gonna let you pour the maple syrup, which is our sweetener, in here. Thank you, Faith. And now, and I'm going to take, so many moving parts today. I'm gonna take my thickener here and I'm just giving it a good old shake, shake, shake.
Here you go.
Hi. All right, so we're shaking. Here's my thickener. It's already thickening up. And now, when the milk is warm, we're going to add the cornstarch mixture and then bring it to a boil. So Lindsay, I'm gonna give this to you. Once it's all mixed in really well, we can turn up the heat again a little bit and we'll get it to boil. Okay, and as I like to do, I'm like moving the ingredients I've already used away. So again, I don't forget and use them again. Always a method to my madness. So this needs to go all the way to
Okay,
the top.
I got that. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then you're gonna pour that into Lindsay's, what she's stirring. That's okay. It's gonna need a lot of stirring. Are you, is everyone there? No one has their, yes,
That's good.
yes.
Uh-huh.
That is good. Thank you. Very carefully walk that over. I would hold it by,
Yeah.
yeah, keep it straight. You got it. Oh, good, good, good. That's okay. Who doesn't like a sticky floor? Oh, thank you, Brendan, for putting your camera back on. I would never have been a good teacher during COVID because to look at all the blank screens with like names would really just irk me. So thank you. Hi, guys. I'm Sharon. It's nice to have you here. What brought you here today? Oh, who's your mom? Oh, nice. I've heard about her. Welcome. So happy you're here. Thanks for joining us, making chocolate pudding. So so if you don't mind, Tyler,
Yeah.
why don't we find, you can take one of these wipes since you have your gloves on, and why don't you wipe the
Yeah.
floor there so we don't, because I'll be the one to step in it, I'm sure. So we're moving so now we've got very few ingredients left, and that's because this is for our homemade whipped cream. Has anyone ever made homemade whipped cream?
No.
Super easy. You will never go back to store-bought again. Yes, Elias. Did you want to share something?
Well, not quite, but the closest thing to I'd say that maybe I matrix out.
Well,
This custard, there's hardly
Tyler,
any
do you
matrix
help?
Yeah.
with it, with the meat.
Okay, I cannot hear.
Take one.
Just want to say that again, babe.
Let me just take one out.
I'm trying to say that, I mean, bakery job, this is refilling. So the others we can do is like we can make this with cream. And sometimes it can be produced, other times it can be used for still with the custard recipe.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's a great point to add. Thank you. There's so many versatilities that you can do with cream. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. How we doing? It's boiling? Is it really? Oh, it's really incorporated. So this is where we're gonna get really vigorous. I feel like Julia Child right now. Has anyone ever watched Julia
Oh
Child?
my God, yes.
Gonna vigorous.
Oh
Gotta
my-
mix it up with her very high pitched voice.
no, but
Okay.
thank you.
And then let's turn that off. Oh, I forgot. Okay, once it's off, we're gonna add the vanilla extract. How much do we have here? 3/4 of a teaspoon. And you guys know how I feel about vanilla extract. What's my big thing?
I don't know.
My big thing is it's okay if you go over a little
Oh,
bit.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
so I'm
it.
gonna do 3/4 of one, go over, it's okay too. Mix that up in there, got that out of the way. I'm gonna move this guy, they can consolidate here because this one's almost empty. You never want to waste the vanilla, you never know, well, you might need that extra little drop.
Is that why you pouring it into the other?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you have to consolidate, right?
I can.
Oh, thank you, and we can recycle that, we can give it a rinse and recycle it.
Okay.
Okay, so now Lindsay.
Yeah.
We are going to break up this chocolate bar and mix it in while it's still hot. Here's a sad fact. I went into my baking cabinet to get, I had a whole new. Thank you. And I had an entire thing of sealed chocolate bars that were a year old, like I couldn't use them and I had to throw it out. It was very painful. So we are adding our chocolate pieces and we are going to transfer it to a large bowl, which is the one thing I forgot to get out. How about that? We have these special locks here at Main Street. They're like child protective locks. And so that way, everything that's here in our kitchen stays in our kitchen. And so I'm going to
Yeah,
take,
so the little kids won't do this.
or anyone, you never know, actually. So I'm gonna take, Tyler, I'm gonna take this, I think we need to use these spatulas again. Well, actually Lindsay has a good one too, so maybe we'll use that. So Lindsay, when that looks incorporated, it feels good, and I'll melt it. We're gonna have you pour it in this bowl. We are just rocking and rolling here today. I feel like I've got like a team of chefs with me.
Thanks.
So, oh yeah, it's awesome,
Sharon,
thank
I
you.
think you should be on a Food Network.
Oh my God, I would like so love that. That would be like a dream thing for me. So if you could talk to anyone, if you know anyone there, that would be so great.
I know actually the guy from, what is Restaurant Impossible?
Oh,
you
yes.
know,
I forget his name, but he's like the big guy, the army guy.
Yeah,
Chef Bobby Irvine.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, I love it.
Woo-hoo.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah, how?
so let me tell you yet another fun fact. I wonder if we could have a test when we're done and see if he remembers all my fun facts from
Okay.
today. When you make pudding, oftentimes, thank you, it gets, even right away, I can see it starting to happen. By the way, can you see how beautiful? It's gonna drip. It thickened up so much in just that little tiny bit. But pudding can often get a film on the top of it. And the way to alleviate doing that, hi. So it's I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna be careful because I had this in the refrigerator. let me say, I am never a fan of plastic wrap. It's not good for the environment. But in this case, I don't know of a better substitute. So I just wanted to have that disclaimer. I gently put the wrap on the top up there, so it doesn't get that like, it's like a gelatinous
Yeah.
film. And it's really kind of pretty. So this is what it looks like when it's done. And then we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna have you put this in the fridge if you don't mind. I'll take that. Thank you. And here's the next phase of what we're doing. We just made our chocolate pudding. How easy was that? Like so easy, right? I don't know about you, but sometimes a rich chocolate gets, a little too much, and it's nice to cut it with something like ice cream or maybe whipped cream. And right, exactly. And so I thought, like, wouldn't it be fun if we made homemade whipped cream? And as Elias said, you could use it. Elias said you could use this for anything. It doesn't have to be. You could use it for an ice cream sundae. Do you want to watch? Do one of you want to wash the top of this for me, please? So we're gonna make that too. I make this all the time, homemade. I've never made it with coconut cream, so we're gonna see if it works. Sometimes I do my experimenting with you guys. The other thing to share is that a fun fact, when you are making whipped cream, when you're just using regular cream, I don't know if it would work in this. I put Greek yogurt sometimes in it and brown sugar, and it's like deliciously rich and just has like a little bit of a tang to it. You should try it. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So I'm going to use my handy dandy can opener.
If that can work.
It would be help if it's called user error. When
That too.
yeah, right. I was not using it right. So there's that problem. So we're going to get this bad boy opened and we're going to put it in. You got to be super careful.
Don't cut yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And trust me when I tell you I've had my fair share of kitchen accidents. So let me just see if I can pry this open a little bit because I don't think I did a very great job. There we go.
Do you have a screwdriver?
Yes, and we're gonna use, and here, you know what we'll do? We'll just give us a little rinse. That's okay, don't worry about it. I didn't know what's in any of it. We're gonna put this in my mixing bowl. Sorry, you guys. So I'll so Tyler, why don't you let me just get it in and I'll let you.
Yeah,
This is, I think
That
this,
can is nicer to you.
yes.
The other one was not.
okay.
And so coconut often separates. You get this is the cream on top. And I'm trying to get it all out. I think we'll just wing it a little bit. Okay, we'll wash this at some point. So why don't you, Tyler,
Yeah.
get this started?
Do you want me to
Do you
watch?
not? Yes, that would be awesome. Just be super careful, please. While we're getting that started with the whipping cream, hopefully it works.
Yeah.
Oh, we had sugar. I knew I was missing an ingredient. Now I said a tablespoon of confectioner sugar, but yet again, I was trying to not waste the extra ingredients to have it Main Street, so we'll just use regular sugar. I always like to use organic cane sugar. I try to use all organic when possible. I know it's expensive, but it says this is whoever opened this is probably me. Did a terrible job. Yeah, well, that's okay. I'll just I'll make more of a mess and I'll take another spoon.
I got most of it down
Oh,
there for you.
thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, well, okay. So let's hope this works. I do have a backup just in case. We'll put this aside. We can probably just throw that out if it's not. Oh, you mean you got the rest of it straight? Oh, let's not use that actually because I'm afraid it'll thin it out.
Oh, it's okay.
Already not.
No, that's fine.
This might work. And we'll put a touch of vanilla.
There wasn't a whole lot left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Kind of doing great. Again, I'm winging it, not measuring, and I know we should always measure in baking, but for something like vanilla, as long as you don't go overboard, a little bit is fine. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Let's give it one last like high. Yeah. Okay. We'll turn it off. We will leave the. I don't know if this is gonna work, you guys. So I've always wanted to try it this way because it's very hard to find non-dairy whipping cream sometimes. When you make whipped cream, you want it to have a peak. You can have a soft peak, you kind of a hard peak. This is not a peak, it's like a valley. So I don't know, we could taste it, it might be good, but I do have a backup in place. And let me tell you what that is. Whenever you're baking, it's always good to have a backup, or cooking for that matter. I just said this is
Good, Ready Whip.
totally not healthy
Yeah,
for
just
you,
in case
but
you made mistakes, which she always
a little
does.
tiny bit. I always make mistakes, right? We probably all make mistakes every day.
That's what we call the easier method.
Yes, exactly. You got to go with what you got. So we've got some small cups here, and I just wanted to share you everyone that's here. I'm going to tell you what I've got. I've got some coconut flakes, some like organic coconut flakes. Thank you, Tyler.
Granola.
Some delicious granola. We've got, my daughter loves this cereal from Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
Crispy rice, otherwise known as Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Oh, and then because you can't have enough chocolates and chocolate chips. You could do fruit, you could do nuts,
You're gonna beat now.
you could do almost anything you want that you thought would taste good with chocolate, and you can make a parfait. I'm just gonna
Yes.
make one.
If
and
you
I'm
were
gonna
doing
give
this in the
Stacy.
fall, maybe you could have add like maybe pumpkin to it.
Pumpkin?
Yeah, I mean, technically,
Maybe not raw pumpkin, but maybe a pumpkin flavored
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it'd be delicious, like a pumpkin cookie.
oh my
Crumbles?
god. yeah.
How delicious would that be?
Very-
Oh. You know what else? Who likes salty and sweet?
Me.
Pretzels,
Yeah,
right?
that, I mean, yeah,
Crackers.
yeah.
I mean, you could just go on and on. So the way that I like to make a parfait, just so you know, I hate it when I go to get a parfait and then all the good stuff is at the top, and then by the time you get to the bottom, there's nothing there. So I always like to, and I'll be strategic here, because this will get, like my Rice Krispies will get soggy if I put them in here. I just realized I'm not here. So I'm not putting Rice Krispies at the bottom, but I think that my granola is sturdy. So I'm gonna put some granola at the, oh, making a mess, at the bottom. I'm gonna take a scoop of my very solid pudding, which I didn't realize would be this solid, but maybe that's the difference when you, wow, that is solid. And I'm gonna add a little Rice Krispies on top, oh, and maybe just a few chocolate chips. And then we'll send this up to Stacy,
There we
but
go.
that's how, oh, great. Well,
Okay.
she's not here right now.
Stacy's out there in the hall.
Oh, perfect, then you can. Okay. And that's how you make a parfait. You don't have to do it like this at all. Oh, do you
I
want
got it.
Oh, okay, thank you, Tyler. You don't have to do it like that, but that's a fun way to do it. You could do, I've done something called, it's called a trifle. Has anyone ever made a trifle? Same concept in a big bowl. And sometimes you can put cake in the middle, or like lady fingers would be like a tiramisu. So there's lots of ways that you can like elaborate with this and do something interesting. So just think of this almost as like you're an artist and this is your palette, and like what can you add to it to make it delicious? Or if you're like a very like, you know, plain and simple and you just want your pudding plain, like that's great too. So that's how you make delicious chocolate pudding and homemade whipped cream. And sadly, my whipped cream, like I said, wasn't a huge win, but just so you know, if you had done that with heavy whipping cream, it would have been perfect. I just never tried it with the coconut cream, and I had it and I thought, well, it saves me, since I couldn't find it at the store, they didn't have any, I just figured we'll just try it. Does anyone have any questions or anything about what we did today? Because it was like a
So
fast
what-
paced.
What could you use if you're allergic to dairy?
Oh my gosh, this whole thing I can eat.
Okay.
Selfishly, why I made
to
some.
dairy. I
Yes.
just found out on Tuesday.
Just on Tuesday. Well, I'll talk to you. I'm the queen of now knowing about.
Wait a minute, no.
She not there?
No,
Like, why?
she said, can we not do the top?
She can't do the toppings?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay, well, we can make her.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I got distracted for a minute there. We'll talk about that, but this is made with coconut milk, which is a tree nut, but not dairy.
Okay, that's good.
And then we used,
I used to drink coconut water, so. I'm used to
oh,
coconut.
it's really good for you, actually. Yeah, so there's no dairy in here at all. I use coconut milk for the other piece of it, so you can have this. And you could also make, it is a gluten-free, but you could choose toppings that were definitely not, you know, didn't have gluten also if you wanted. Any other questions, comments, suggestions? No? All right, well, I hope you make this at home. If you do, please, please, please take a picture and send it to me. I would love to to keep it and share it with others. And-
Ben,
Hey, Danielle. Oh, I see your apron. Are you making it?
I'm making chocolate cupcakes instead.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad we've got chocolate on the menu. Thank you for saying hi and for joining us. And I hope
Wait,
you
question. Where's
Yeah.
Ben? I heard the Ben's there. Where's Ben?
Ben's here.
Here I am.
Ben, come up. Ben. I should have had you up here too. I just had so many people.
Yeah, well, if we get a round of applause to all three of our bakers.
Oh, yes. I do rock stars. So great. Here's Ben. Hey,
Hey,
Pat.
Ben, quick question. How long are you in town for?
I'm only here till tomorrow. Just
Oh, man.
to see everybody.
Oh,
I would love to. I would maybe one day.
hey, Ben, when you come back to visit again?
I don't know yet, but maybe like in a month or two, probably.
All right, we'll see. I'll see you then.
Sounds good. Good to see you on the screen.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. If you don't have any more questions, I think we'll log off. So
Bye.
good to see you. Thank you. Bye.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Just you want to all right. So here's the fun part. We're gonna have to be careful, like rationing, because this didn't make a huge amount, but everyone gets to eat it. That's